Hello, habari zenu. Welcome back. For those that don't understand Swahili, how are you doing? Welcome back to my channel. And today we are doing the last episode in terms of the foreign spouses that want to reside in Kenya and the challenges that they have been facing. Remember in episode 1 we spoke about the sociological aspect, the social aspect, the context of marriage in Kenya. We spoke about what the constitution says about this. And now we are going to talk about what does the immigration law say? What is the procedure? What are the processes? What do you need to know so that you're able to, to have a successful application? Number one, you need to be married lawfully. You need to have a marriage certificate. The marriage can happen in Kenya or in any other jurisdiction, but where such a marriage is recognized as marriage in Kenya. Once you do that, if you are male or female, it doesn't matter. If you want to reside in Kenya, for instance, if you get a visa for your spouse to come to Kenya, that will only be short term. And for you to be able to apply for the long term, remember, you're supposed to have residency status in Kenya. Now, how do you acquire residency status in Kenya? And that is where we're facing challenge with many of these cases that I get to see. For you to be a resident, considered a resident in Kenya, you can be on a dependent pass. You can also be on a work permit. Once you're on that status, then that qualifies you to apply for the next level of status you want. And for spouses of Kenyans, you can only apply for a permanent resident if you have been in Kenya for at least, you've been married to the Kenyan citizen for at least 3 years. So once you get married, 3 years have elapsed, you've been on a dependent pass in Kenya or a work permit, you can proceed to apply to be given a permanent resident as a spouse of a Kenyan. And if you want to apply for citizenship, you must have been married to a Kenyan, spouse for at least 7 years. And again, there's a requirement of law that you must have, have some residence in Kenya. Not on a visa, you need to be on a dependent pass or a work permit. Now, here is the problem. For Kenyan ladies that are married to foreign nationals, when you go to apply, for a dependent pass, you will find a bit of challenges because officers think that it's a man that should, feed the family, not the other way around. So that's the challenge. And even for where you're given a dependent pass, the challenge is your spouse is not able to work. The dependent pass does not give you the right to work, and that's the problem. And we have, argued before, we need to remedy that because so for the Kenyan spouses, especially, ladies that are married to foreign nationals, if you have to apply for a dependent pass, then that's where you're faced with challenges because officers are taking the traditional approach rather than what the law says. They will make argument that, it's the man that is ordinarily supposed to feed the family, or, it's all about you're supposed to go and stay where your man comes from. And even if you are going to be given the dependent pass, the challenge is it does not allow you to work. And that is the problem. And we've been raising it because in many other jurisdictions, the moment you get married, you're given a spousal visa that actually allows you to work. It's the case in many countries in Europe, in the UK, I think in the US and quite a few other countries. The problem is in Kenya, even if you manage to get the dependent pass for your spouse, they are not allowed to work. If you have to work, then you are also required to apply for a work permit that is quite expensive. And the argument that we've been making, and many Kenyans married to foreigners are facing challenges with is they need to be given the right to work because the right to work allows them to earn a living and to be able to sustain the family and to enjoy the right to family as provided for in the Constitution. And again, it's an issue of non-discrimination. If one is a Kenyan male and one is a Kenyan female, they should be given equal treatment. But what you find is, if it is a Kenyan woman that is applying for their foreign husband, there's a bit of challenges where they're supposed to swear an affidavit that the man will not be working and so forth. But if it's the lady, the process is a bit more streamlined, and there is the problem because it amounts to discrimination. So I hope this was useful. And I hope that at least now you understand the processes and what the law is, what is the context, so that you are able to approach this issue in a sober way without emotion, so that you can at least make some milestones in making sure that your family is settled. Thank you very much for sticking it here. See See you next time.